Welcome to the Daily Exchange. Guys, we're talking about the XRP cryptocurrency and how it fits into the Ripple payments network and what it's trying to do when it's disrupting the $500 billion marketplace with international payments. See you guys in a sec. All right, guys, welcome back. So let's get an overview. What is XRP? XRP is a digital asset or cryptocurrency which was designed by the company Ripple to power its international remittance service, XRapid. XRapid enables the super fast exchange of value and currency for a fraction of the price and time it takes existing systems such as Swift payment network. Now, the XRP and XRapid use a blockchain built on the Interledger protocol, which enables it to reach beyond traditional banking networks and enables the exchange of value between markets that have not previously been connected, increasing liquidity on both sides, which is kind of cool. As such, Ripple and the XRP token are attempting to disrupt a billion-dollar global industry, replacing decades-old methods and technology with blockchain and cryptocurrency. Now, Ripple claimed that XRapid can lower the overheads associated with doing business, as well as maximizing the efficiency, and obviously how that's been trialed by a number of different companies. We've got banks, international remittance services, payment gateways like Western Union, Mercury FX, and the cryptocurrency exchange, even Bitstamp, has been using it. Now, in July of 2019, Ripple announced a partnership with the remittance heavyweight MoneyGram to use Ripple's XRapid and the XRP token. MoneyGram connects payment networks in over 200 countries with about 350,000 points of service. Now, that's pretty big. That makes Ripple partnership with MoneyGram its biggest yet and paves the way for the next step in the adoption of XRP. In addition, MoneyGram so far, there are 13 other companies which have publicly announced they are using the XRapid service, which utilizes the XRP token. Now, while XRapid is explicitly built for businesses and banks to transfer quickly between borders, and obviously it has fewer costs than incumbent systems, XRP has also gained popularity as a way of transferring value amongst retail users. Now, those costs obviously, they could potentially be, they're obviously claiming that. We need to obviously test that. We're not saying that obviously here. There's not financial advice. And this could be due, I guess, in terms of the retail use, to XRP's high speeds, and combining that with the low transaction fees, which makes it stand out from the world, I guess, of cryptocurrency and blockchain. So it's really fast. It's just really quick. I'll give you an example. So Bitcoin takes from about 10 minutes to several days to settle a transaction, depending on the network congestion. On the other hand, XRP Ledger is refreshed every second, allowing it to refresh and reach speeds of, say, 1,500 transactions a second. Now, that's in contrast to Bitcoin's about 7 transactions a second. Now, at launch, this made XRP one of the fastest blockchains around. If Ripple can leverage this success and penetrate even a fraction of the $500 billion remittance market, the returns to Ripple could be huge, which is why some traders have flocked to speculating and purchasing XRP as a way of exposing themselves to the potential success of Ripple. What are the benefits of using XRapid and XRP? So what exactly is the benefit? Now, compared to existing systems like Swift, Ripple's XRapid is fast, cheap, and the fees are a fraction of a cent. And transactions are confirmed in 5 seconds. So, it takes a long time with Swift. It could take up to 2 days to transfer your money between accounts domestically, let alone across borders. It can take, significant time. And this is obviously different in different countries, but there are certain countries where it takes a really long time. I've seen transactions take 5+ days. Now, thanks to its roots as a cryptocurrency, XRP features a publicly verifiable ledger that can be viewed and verified by all parties in the network. So it's fundamentally, this aspect of the blockchain gives it trustlessness. And transactions can happen between 2 different parties because they can see them on the blockchain. They don't have to get a third party. It's just written out publicly. Basically, trustless means the two computers are verifying it. It's preventing scams, human error, or anything like that. And, it just all can be seen on the blockchain, which is really interesting. Another huge benefit of using XRapid and XRP for businesses is that they don't need to hold on to massive reserves of foreign currency in order to transfer wealth between different markets. Now, these accounts are known as Nostro accounts and are essentially accounts full of currency that remittance services use either side of an international transaction. Because these accounts need to be well funded at all times, it means that the company loses a huge amount of working capital, which could be used instead and earn interest or do all sorts of things, but it's being used in those accounts. It's sort of stuck there. Think of it as like a well-funded bank account that I guess you can't really use. Now, XRapid eliminates that need for the Nostro account because it frees up the capital. And again, this increases the liquidity of the market, and because it's obviously more money to go around, and obviously more payments can happen. If companies, I guess, that can't afford to get their own Nostro account, they could potentially rely on Ripple as opposed to I guess a third-party bank, because that's what normally happens. A third-party bank will actually set up a Nostro account because it can be very expensive. So normally someone will rent someone else's one. And obviously lastly, because XRP is a cryptocurrency and can be transferred between anyone anywhere, XRapid enables the transfer of funds between markets that weren't previously connected. For example, a business in Peru could transfer funds to a wholesaler in Uganda directly, as an example, rather than having to first transfer into an intermediary currency like US dollars. And again, the removal of intermediaries reduces costs significantly. So, what is XRP's adoption and partnerships? In June of 2019, Ripple announced a strategic partnership with MoneyGram, one of the world's largest international remittance services. MoneyGram connects payment networks in over 200 countries with 350,000 points of service and has agreed to use XRapid and XRP to conduct part of its business. This is by far the biggest milestone so far for XRP adoption, which could see the digital asset become a new global reserve asset. Speaking of the partnership, the MoneyGram chairman and CEO Alex Holmes said, "Through Ripple's XRapid product, we will have the ability to instantly settle funds from US dollars to destination currencies on a 24/7 basis, which has the potential to revolutionize our operations and dramatically streamline our global liquidity management." In addition, MoneyGram, XRapid has been adopted by 13 companies. So who said basically that they are currently using the service and the XRP asset or looking to implement it, according to a report by FX Street. Let's have a look at a few of the other companies using XRapid. So we've got Mercury FX is a remittance service for businesses and high net worth individuals. Mercury FX will be using XRP to send payments from the US to Mexico and is planning on expanding the service to the Philippines. Euro Exim Bank is a global bank located in London and has begun using XRP for trades in regions which typically incur higher than average costs. Okay, so Euro Exim has been using the SWIFT network for the past 20 years, which makes it precisely the type of client Ripple's going for. Via Americas is a US payment service that operates in 29 countries with a focus on South America. Now, Via Americas completed a successful pilot program with XRapid, saying it's clear that XRapid can lower liquidity costs while increasing payment speed and transparency in a way that facilitates rigorous compliance controls. That's a quote from those guys. It's unclear whether Via Americas has integrated XRapid into its day-to-day operations following the pilot. Another thing worth mentioning is that Western Union trialed XRapid and XRP. However, they have not implemented XRapid as of yet, and it's unsure if they will continue to trial the product. Western Union CEO Hikmet Ersek claimed the XRapid trial did not produce any significant savings to their business. In return, a Ripple executive said that Western Union only performed 10 payments during the trial. It's important to note that while XRP has been around for years, XRapid, which uses the cryptocurrency, only launched in October of 2018. As such, it's still in the early stage of adoption and yet to prove its value in the remittance markets. So what are some of the threats to XRP? Potentially Facebook Libra. We've focused on many of the positives of XRP, but let's have a look at some of the things that could threaten them. Now, with the blockchain and cryptocurrencies looking at set to disrupt traditional finance, several other companies have come to the table with payment solutions similar to those provided by Ripple and its variety of products, including XRP. Facebook, obviously, upcoming Libra cryptocurrency, is designed to make payments as easy as sending a message. Libra will enable quick and cheap cross-border payments to all of obviously Facebook and the other 2 billion users it's got across Messenger, WhatsApp, and external providers will also be able to integrate Libra into their products too, with the goal being that Libra will be available to anyone in the world with a smartphone or a computer. While Libra is designed with small payments in mind between sort of people and businesses, there is also no reason why the currency cannot be incorporated into business-to-business systems such as those Ripple are targeting with XRP. Fortunately, though, XRP and XRP are already on the market, while Libra is still under development and facing obviously considerable pushback from the US government and regulators. So in terms of another threat is Stellar and the IBM Worldwide. Ripple was founded by Jed McCaleb, who served as its CTO till 2013. He founded it in 2011. In 2014, Jed launched Stellar, a blockchain that uses Stellar Lumens cryptocurrency, using his experience, obviously, from making Ripple. Caleb set out to establish the Stellar Development Foundation as a not-for-profit organization with the aim of using Stellar to enable nearly free cross-border transactions for individuals and to help the unbanked. Despite Stellar's focus on emerging markets and individuals, a far cry from the billion-dollar markets Ripple is focused on, it has nevertheless been adopted by IBM and turned into a Ripple competitor. In 2019, IBM launched an IBM Worldwide, a cross-border payments network that uses the Stellar blockchain. Worldwide uses a combination of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins to enable the easy flow of money around the world via major financial institutions, obviously, and banks. At launch, Worldwide catered to 72 countries with 47 currencies and 44 banking endpoints. As such, it is positioned itself as the Stellar blockchain, with the native XLM cryptocurrency as a competitor, potentially, to Ripple. Now, the key difference between the two services, though, is that at launch, Worldwide focuses on using stablecoins instead of cryptocurrency. Stablecoins are fixed one-to-one ratio with a fiat currency, such as US dollars and British pounds. Ripple's XRP, on the other hand, uses XRP, which is a cryptocurrency and therefore is more susceptible to price volatility than major fiat currencies. One last thing to consider is that XRP and Ripple are not one and the same. Whilst Ripple is the issuer of XRP, the company has made it clear that XRP's price does not inextricably linked with Ripple's success as a company. So they're two different things. Ripple and XRP, separate, not the same. So Ripple could become a Fortune 500 company while the XRP cryptocurrency could trend potentially to zero. Or the total opposite could happen as well. The company could go down and the cryptocurrency could go up. It's important to remember that XRP is a cryptocurrency, not a security, and is therefore not tied to the success of the company that uses and issues it. What affects the prices of XRP? So XRP, like any other cryptocurrencies, is quite a volatile asset, and as such, the price can go up and down for all sorts of reasons. That being said, there are some things in particular which are likely to affect the price of XRP over time, potentially. Unlike Bitcoin, which is mined, meaning new coins are produced every 10 minutes, XRP is known as a pre-mined coin. This means that XRP, all of it, which will ever exist, is already in existence. However, not all XRP that exists is in circulation. The maximum amount of XRP that was created is 100 billion coins at the time of writing. Approximately 42 billion of those are in circulation, which can be bought, or sold or traded. So what about the other 58 billion? Those XRP are controlled partially by Ripple, locked into an escrow account on the XRP blockchain. The escrow account is programmed to release 1 billion Bitcoin into the market every month for a period of 55 months. Those XRP are then released to Ripple, who then use the XRP for a variety of reasons, such as funding the Ripple Startup Accelerator, providing incentives to those who work with Ripple, and obviously funding day-to-day operations as such. This means that the current circulating supply of XRP is going to continue to be inflated until the escrow account runs dry. This could cause the price of XRP to drop if supply outweighs demand. That being obviously said, Bitcoin is currently an inflationary asset, but despite this, it is the world's best performing asset in the past 10 years. While the circulating supply of XRP is currently deflationary, the total supply, i.e. all the coins that will ever exist, is deflationary. Each time a transaction is made, a tiny amount of XRP is destroyed, which is known as burning. In addition, the XRP that is burnt on with each transaction, there's obviously lost XRP that is sent to the wrong addresses, or private keys have been lost. You know, more supply gets lost over the time. Another thing that affects the price of XRP is simply speculation. XRP is one of the most highly traded digital assets. As you know, it's in the top 10, and it's been around for several years. As such, you know, it has attracted a substantial trading market, which causes the price to fluctuate as traders exchange the assets, you know, similar to shares of Bitcoin or Ethereum on the stock market or on the cryptocurrency market. So why do people buy or trade XRP? So the cryptocurrency is designed for business-to-business payments. And first, you know, obviously the biggest reason is, other than the actual use for the payments, is speculation. And as mentioned before, cryptocurrencies are highly volatile assets, which traders and investors love to speculate on. Many purchase XRP simply because they hope it will go up. Others purchase it to trade with, using methods such as technical analysis to find patterns in markets and attempt to make a profit from them, just like any traditional stock or bond or commodity. XRP currently enjoys a highly liquid market, which makes it quite a popular choice for cryptocurrency traders. At the time of writing, XRP is one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, but you know, market cap, obviously these changes all the time, but it's also included in a lot of professional investment portfolios and hedge funds, many of which invest according to the index of the top 10 coins by market share. Obviously by market cap, that is, not necessarily market share. Besides pure speculation on price, some people like to purchase XRP as a proxy to the success of Ripple, despite the fact that XRP is not a security and therefore not tied to the success of the company itself. However, as XRapid is a product that uses XRP and is made by Ripple, some people believe that Ripple's success will correlate with increased demand of XRP. And lastly, like all cryptocurrencies, some people purchase it for its intended use as a method to transfer wealth anywhere in the world, you know, in a decentralized manner. And essentially, you know, we've seen that obviously where people make payments internationally, and it happens with XRP. Because it's got low fees and high speed, it can be a pretty favorable way of paying for goods and sending money to each other. And, you know, simply, I guess, just paying for everyday needs. It's just really fast. You can learn more, obviously, about this on Finder as well. And as with all cryptocurrencies, there's always more to learn. And obviously we've covered off some of those important things to still sort of only touch the surface. If you'd like to learn even more about XRP, how it compares to similar coins like Stellar Lumens or even Bitcoin, then head over to Finder and read our in-depth guide. Check it out, guys. We also have a super simple guide on how and where to buy XRP, so you can compare cryptocurrency exchanges and get the best rates on XRP for your area. If you're relatively new to cryptocurrency, then we also have a video which will show you how to purchase your first XRP or Bitcoin using the Coinbase exchange. Finder's got over 1,000 guides on cryptocurrency and an introduction obviously to blockchain technology, in-depth guides to the top coins, reviews and exchanges and more. You can find all those guides and videos when you check out obviously the link in the description below. Go to finder.com/cryptocurrency to get started. All right, guys, do check it out, and we'll see you guys later. Yeah.